Today on Law and Legal TV, we have with us Ms. Sania Talwar, ma'am. She is the editor of Law Beat and a posh expert. Welcome, ma'am.
Hi, thank you.
Ma'am, my first question would be regarding the current scenario in the country, the Rahul Gandhi row. It's written in the constitution that a person would get disqualified if there is a certain amount of period of he got a conviction. But still the Congress has been blaming it on the government. How do you say the balanced misuse of power of the government, or it is what it is?
First of all, what Congress does and what BJP does, I mean, they are both political parties, right? So they ought to function, whatever serves them best, they will do that. Uh, Firstly, that point. Secondly, what the Congress is saying, कि भैया ये this is blatant misuse of power or not, I genuinely don't see it that way because I think that there is a certain law in place which is required to be followed, and that was followed so far as this qualification is concerned. Whether it is justifiable or not is something that needs to be pondered upon, and it's not for me to comment कि justice हुआ है या injustice हुआ है. But legally speaking, I don't see how there is any illegality, at least on the face of it, at the moment.
Ma'am is also a posh expert. Ma'am, tell me your experience about what. See, we all know that posh is prevention of sexual harassment in workplaces. It was incorporated after the Vishaka guidelines. Now, how good it is being implemented at the ground level, and what are your experiences with the posh?
Implementation is not that great, in at least in Delhi. I've my most of the work that I've done has been in Delhi only so far as Bosch is concerned. But it's promising. The results are promising. Sometimes when you actually get calls from such organizations which have functioned for 6 years without any posh committee, without any posh safeguards, but suddenly they realize that okay, हमको ही करने की जरूरत है because something happened in their organization. So it is promising to see that because then they want to get into the awareness fair. They understand that awareness was required. So implementation perspective से देखा जाए तो there is hardly any check or balance so far as filing reports is concerned in the posh sector, और awareness sessions कैसे हुए हैं, what is the quality of it. They have just written regular posh awareness sessions in the act, so there is nothing else to signify whether they need to be done once a year, twice a year, thrice a year. So there is nothing of that sort. So there are multiple loopholes I think that need to be looked into so far as posh is concerned.
Most of the women's and the girls who are working in the corporate industry, they attend session, but the what should be their first step if they encounter any sexual harassment or any sexual advances at the workplace?
Well, they should immediately report to their POSH committee, the internal committee which is formulated in their organization. Now, every organization which has more than 10 or more employees have to have an internal committee set up in place. Um, if there is no internal committee in the organization, college, university, school, anywhere, then they are required to go to the district committee, internal committee. Okay, so this is called the local committee in district levels. So Delhi में देखा जाए तो there are 7 districts, if I'm not wrong.
7 districts, 11 districts.
हाँ, 7 districts ना. So 7 districts and 7 local committees are going to be there in Delhi. So if there is no internal committee in your organization, go to the local committee.
And ma'am, we'll also talk about your entrepreneurship journey. You started Lawbeat and it's been growing at a tremendous level. Most of the law students find the briefs, case briefs from your website only. They regularly read your articles also. You are obviously a published writer in CNN also. So how was your entrepreneurship journey in the last 2 or 3 years?
Uh, when I look back, I kind of think about all the publications that I've had, and I feel glad that it happened because when I used to think about getting published, I didn't know what way I could find and how it would happen. But whatever has to find a way, it finds a way. The journey so far as setting up Lobbyt is concerned has been quite hard because people are not very open to new things, especially when they already have alternatives which have been set up in place. I've worked in both these alternative portals also prior to Lobbyt. But it was hard initially to even gain acceptance or to gain acceptance of the fact that this is something that can come, it can be beneficial to you. But we are going along with it. Whatever is coming our way, we've collaborated with CNN News 18 now. So that's a great feat for us as well. Let's see how things go in the future.
And was your legal knowledge more of a dominant, which helped you in the your establishing lobby, or was your entrepreneur skills?
I think it was a combination of both, because I don't have any entrepreneur skills as such. I feel, but I practiced for good 4 years before, and in the chambers I practiced the basic things of just talking and interacting with people was what I learned in those 3 4 years. So I think that skill really helped me. Reporting may, of course, legal skills help you a lot if you are reporting from the courts, because you at least you understand how courts function. You don't make a big deal of any particular comment a particular judge has made, because you know that's how they interact. So those things help. But to set up Lawbeat, it was a combination of everything. I won't just give one thing credit.
And lastly, ma'am, last question to you. What advice would you give to the budding lawyers? They are confused between like corporate firms, in-house counsels, and litigations. Judiciary is altogether a different ballgame. I'm not asking about it, but there are three things: in-house counsel, law firms, and litigation. How do they require मतलब अपने मन में झांक के देखें कि कौन सी उनकी स्किल्स के साथ अलाइन करती है, कौन सी जो जॉब होगी, वो कैसे पता चलता है?
I think it's good to and comfortable to stay confused. It is a good thing. There is nothing wrong in being confused at a young age, at an older age. And clarity is something that only comes when you are hands on with something. So, with me, that's what happened. Unless I worked in a particular space, I did not even know that this is my interest. Of course, I used to like writing, but I didn't know that लीगल जर्नलिज्म ऐसा एक चीज होगा जिसमें जाकर मुझे ऐसा लगेगा that I'm not even working. My work doesn't feel like work. So I never thought that this would be possible. People talk about it, but I never thought it would be a possibility. So I think hands-on experience is what is required, and internships are very helpful. So they should be perpetuated for sure.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for having with us. Thank you.